Welcome back to The Rhode Show. This morning in The Buzz, NASA astronaut Mark Kelly, he's the husband of Arizona Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords. Well, he has decided to resume training for his planned space shuttle mission in April. Now, you probably know that Giffords has been recovering since she was shot in the head outside of a Tucson supermarket 1 month ago today. Now, Kelly had originally planned to drop out of the space mission, but he now says since his wife is recovering so quickly, he decided to rejoin Endeavor's mission as its commander. Take a look.
You know, I ultimately made the decision that I would like to return and command STS-134. I know her very well, and she would be very comfortable with the decision that I made.
And certainly, while many people support and understand Kelly's decision, especially since it is the last opportunity he'll have to go to space, others are not so sure that it is the right decision, wondering how he can leave Giffords' bedside during this difficult time. You know, I just got to chill, seriously, thinking about this decision. I mean, you talk about something that you literally must seesaw back and forth before you make it. I mean, what do you think, Michaela, about his decision to say, all right, I'm going to go back to space?
I understand, you know, if she is saying, you know, I'm getting better and please go, but I know personally I would be so torn up inside and I would feel so completely guilty if, God forbid, something happens while I'm gone. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't feel right leaving knowing that, yes, she is getting better, but she is not better.
Yeah.
You know, I'd feel a little
So you think he should have said, I'm going to stay on the ground?
I really think he should have stayed by his wife's side.
Yeah. What about you, Michelle?
I don't think he's going away to like a guy's bachelor party. You know what I mean? We're talking about a guy who is going to command one of the last space shuttle missions for the United States. I mean, this is as big as it gets for somebody like him in his career. So I think it probably was a decision he made very after a lot of thought and consideration. I also think that it's kind of symbolic for the country too.
It is.
To say to the American people, we have to rise above these random acts of violence. We have to rise above these moments of insanity with people who are taking other people's lives and trying to ruin them, and say to Gabrielle, I'm going to be strong for you. I'm going to show you that I can still continue on with my life, and I'm also going to show that the American people need to also move forward as well.
Can't you almost imagine that moment of triumph, right? He comes back from the hopefully incredibly successful mission.
Right.
She recovers, and like you have this photo of these two people who literally triumphed, and for him fulfilled a dream. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
I think people who have been through any sort of long, drawn-out traumatic event like what they are going through, or somebody that suffered from cancer, I think the families will tell you how important it is that you have to have some sort of sense of normalcy in your life, that it cannot dominate every moment of your day, or else you just don't, you can't survive it mentally and physically. It's just exhausting. They have to say, okay, what can we do that's still going to feel like the life that we know?
Something that'll keep you going.
And you also think about regret. And how, you know, it's literally like if he decides it's no, it's no. There's no going back to the Endeavor. There's no going back into space. So I'm sure they probably had discussions about the finality of his decision, that if it was no, that's it. There's no going back.
But at the same time, you know, God forbid something happens to her, you're never going to get that back either.
No, you're not. It's
Certainly.
a tough decision.
It's very difficult.
I'm glad I'm not the one making it.
I know. And can you imagine just the emotional discussions they must have had? Or, you know,
I'm sure he talked to his family and her family.
Oh, I'm sure this went through months of
layers and layers and layers of people before the decision was made. But it certainly will be a very interesting story to follow, to see how he makes out. And we certainly are still hoping for a complete recovery for the Congresswoman, too, you know?
Absolutely.
It really is a tough call, though. It's not a black and white thing at all. And I'm interested to see what people are saying this morning, Courtney. I bet a lot of people are torn on this one.
They are. It's not as divided as I thought. There are lots of people in favor of Mark's decision there, but some who are just saying absolutely he shouldn't go. So we'll hear from some of them right now on FoxProvidence.com. We'll head over to the live blog first. And Bethany says, I think he should stay by her side until she's better. Jean said, it is entirely up to the Giffords. It's none of our business. They know what is best for their family. We don't. And Jerry said he should go back to work. Nothing he can do at the hospital. His wife is stable. Here's the poll right underneath the live blog. Should Gifford's astronaut husband be returning to space? A, yes, his life and career have to go on. B, no, he should stay by his wife's side. Or C, I'm not sure, it's a private matter. Our friends on Facebook have been buzzing all morning about this, about 12 comments so far, and Donna Stanley was the first to post, and she said the man has been by her side since the shooting. Let these people be. They need to return to their regular routines at some point. Dean Harrington said it's none of our business, and Patricia Fargley said if she's well enough, and it depends on how long, I'm sure he could get a job here on Earth if needed. So if you'd like to weigh in, you can do so a number of ways. As usual, just head to foxprovidence.com.